Right now on the KPIX 5 News at 7 and streaming on CBSN Bay Area, that growing outbreak inside Major League Baseball has millions of people wondering how the NFL and the NBA will move forward. Good evening. I'm Ken Bastida.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. Tonight, the Miami Marlins season is on hold until at least Sunday after 17 players and staff tested positive. In just the last couple of hours, one USA Today baseball insider reported the outbreak may have been caused by Marlins players who went out on the town in Atlanta just days before the season. The team is still investigating that claim.
Well, that news is breaking as the Giants let their season get their season underway at home tonight at Oracle Park in San Francisco. KPIX 5's Andria Borba is live at the ballpark. Andrea, a lot of people wondering tonight how the Marlins situation is going to affect all teams in the MLB. Any idea?
There are some serious questions tonight. There's some talk in the MLB of perhaps doing a weighted system if not all of the teams play the same amount of games, base the playoffs off of winning percentage, but at this point it seems to be anybody's guess. There's hardly a cloud in the sky at 3rd and King for the San Francisco Giants home opener, with the exception of the long shadow cast by COVID-19 and a fanless season. Even still, orange and black diehards made their way to Oracle Park to pay homage, like Jay and Jacob Jimentera.
Just great to be here, but it's not the same. I miss the crowds. I miss eating crab sandwiches.
I was just in the dugout store just for nostalgia purposes. You know, I have everything I need. I don't know what else to buy, but I just wanted the little Giants around me.
But with a COVID-19 outbreak inside the Marlins dugout just 4 games into the season, what the finish line looks like is anyone's guess.
I think they're going to try and do whatever they can to keep the season alive. There's too much money on the line.
The NBA has taken a different approach. The bubble in Orlando. Sports marketing analyst and creative director of Baker Street Advertising, Bob Dorfman, says the NBA stands a fighting chance of actually completing a season.
The bubble is working. At least so far it's working, except for Lou Williams, who was snuck out and went to a strip club.
With a lousy record pre-pandemic, the Warriors are out of the NBA bubble. As Chase Center sits unused, fans wonder what playoffs mean without a packed arena.
There's going to be like a buzzer beater moment. There's like not going to be any people to get excited.
Just hitting early team meetings now, the NFL, which is operating more like MLB. No fans, but no lockdown bubble either. Dorfman is dubious on the potential for a complete COVID-free season.
It'd be crazy to think this is not going to happen in the NFL, what happened in the MLB.
Now, there are concerns about, of course, the amount of contact in an NFL game between all of the players, those heavy hits in close contact. There's also questions about other things tonight, about how many players might opt out of the NFL season, whether or not any more MLB players will opt out of this season with the Marlins outbreak. Until then, play ball and let's go Giants.
Yeah, I find
Elizabeth?
I find it interesting that the one NFL player who has opted out is a doctor. Okay, that should tell you something. Andrea, thank you for that.